So it appears now that in the most recent indictment against Donald Trump for his attempts to overturn the election, he's got two possible legal defenses that his lawyers are trying out. The first one, of course, which I've already debunked, is the First Amendment argument. Like, oh, they're prosecuting him because he talked about doing these things. He didn't talk about doing them. He actually tried to do them. And that's mentioned in the indictment. So you want to go with the First Amendment defense, you're going to get laughed out of court and your guy's going to go to jail for 55 years. The other possible legal defense, and this one, it's iffy, but in the eyes of the law, if Trump genuinely believed that the 2020 election had been stolen from him, that there was widespread fraud, that there was malfeasance in the voting machines, that somebody had gotten in and changed anything, then, again, in the eyes of the law, his actions would be legitimate and could be protected, therefore not prosecutable. The problem with that defense, which again is the only other defense he could have, is that there are countless Republicans who will likely have to take the stand and inform that jury that we told him he lost the election. We told him we couldn't find fraud. We investigated, and it simply didn't exist. Now, HuffPost has actually done a great job of putting together a list of 10 known Republican officials who personally informed Donald Trump that he didn't win the 2020 election. So let me run through the list real quick. Former Vice President Mike Pence, number one, obviously. Former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe told Trump he didn't win. Former Director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, Chris Krebs. Krebs, of course, had informed Donald Trump that there was no evidence of foreign interference. Nothing happened with the voting machines. You're lying. Former Attorney General William Barr. The DOJ looked into it, couldn't find any fraud. Barr told him that. Trump was pissed. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Well, we all know that story, and he's probably going to be indicted for that any moment now. Former Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen. Rosen, of course, had taken over after Barr left, told him the same thing Barr did. Trump was ready to replace Rosen with somebody else who would go along with his schemes. So there's Rosen for you. Former Michigan Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey and House Speaker Lee Chatfield. So two Republican, high-ranking Republicans in the state of Michigan, one of the states that Donald Trump targeted, like, hey, can we get your voting machines? They both told him there's no fraud in our state. Former Nevada Secretary of State Barbara Sikowski, same situation as Michigan. Former Arizona House Speaker Russell Rusty Bowers, same situation. And Trump's own 2020 campaign manager Bill Stepien. So all of these Republicans in positions of power, minus Stepien, who didn't necessarily have a position of power, but he was Trump's campaign manager, all told him, everything you're saying about fraud doesn't exist. We also, of course, have Donald Trump, who paid several millions of dollars to two separate firms to go out there and investigate his claims of fraud. They came back and told him it doesn't exist. We had the other lawyers, not Eastman, not Giuliani, not Sidney Powell, telling him what you're asking us to produce isn't real. You lost. His own former lawyer, now spokesperson, Alina Habba, came out last week and said everybody knows he lost. There is no way for Donald Trump to walk into that courtroom and say that I genuinely believed it was stolen when you have already, just off the top, 10 of your friends, 10 of your allies, at least formerly, who could be called to take the stand against you. That is powerful. And again, what's even more powerful is we don't even need them. These people don't have to take the stand because that's already an easy talking point, an easy defense to debunk, like I said. But if they really want to just nail this guy to the wall, they will call not one or two, but all 10 of these Republicans, plus any of the others out there that aren't on this list, and make each and every one of these GOP people stand up and say that they personally told Donald Trump he was wrong, but then he went ahead with his plan anyway. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.